Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to Ya'akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 1 to 3. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon the tables, which is what the men of the Lord are doing, the prophets of the Most High, chiefly through GMS or Great Millstone, by reading the scriptures and watching the news and filtering the news through the scriptures, and then going out to the highways and byways to preach this word, as well as put up video epistles like this to warn you Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners who look like the heathen nations, and to tell you heathen nations of the terrible times to come, so as it says, that he may run that readeth it. When the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel hear the prophets and the words of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, they'll be compelled to return under their power and do whatever they can to stay in his good graces, so they can hope to have that protective hedge of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai over them for when Jacob's trouble really pops off, and to ultimately get beamed up onto the chariots of the Most High, which people ignorantly refer to as so-called UFOs, so they can be saved from the coming nuclear destruction. Verse 3, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And for the longest time, it seemed that these end times prophecies have been tarrying to come to pass. But with the year 2020 alone, which has definitely been one for the record books, you're seeing end times prophecies begin to come to pass left and right. And the main one we're waiting for is the mandatory implementation of the Mark of the Beast, which is the RFID/NFC Microchip Implant. And in this video, I'll be profiling two clips to show that with each passing day, we're getting closer and closer to that mandatory implementation. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And the first clip I'll be profiling is from Elder Yashawamba in the Dallas Camp's YouTube page titled Remnant Saved 144, The Future of Currency.
How have the central banks, this is my last slide because my 12 minutes is just up, have reacted to the truth coming out? They admit that they've been telling porkies, and now they propose to increase their power. So central bankers belatedly admit, oh, now that you've mentioned it, yes, banks create the money supply. So let's abolish that now. And also, by the way, let's abolish cash. So what should we do? Well, introduce digital cyber currency that central banks issue and control, and thereby gain total control over all economic transactions, decisions, and the whole lot you've just heard from the CEO of the GDI. So the greatest concentration of central banking power in history is really the bid they're aiming at. That's the central bank's goal. And of course, digital accounts of dissenters and regime critics could be switched off. It'd be very difficult to even purchase necessities. So this is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms. That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their Microchip Implant RFID chip, to be implanted under your skin.
The Microchip Implant, the Mark of the Beast, though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come. It will not tarry.
And why is the sudden discussion about universal basic income from all the grassroots and inverted commas movements and billionaires? Oh, universal basic income is the bribe for you to accept the microchip. The overarching trend of the 20th century is concentration of power in the hands of the few. That's what we have to keep in mind. We have to work against this. We don't want to have these unaccountable central planners making decisions. We need decentralization, and the solution therefore is to maintain public money in the hands of local community banks, decentralize decision making, give local people the power in the form of local public banks and local not-for-profit community banks. As I walked in, I was delighted to see that the Gottlieb Duttweiler Institute is also about Genossenschaften, cooperatives, and of course the majority of banks in Germany are cooperative banks, and
nothing will happen to avert the mandatory implementation of the Mark of the Beast microchip implant from coming to pass. Thus saith Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. This is Isaiah 55 verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. The prophecy of the Mark of the Beast coming to pass. And again, nothing will happen to stop it from coming to pass. No grassroots efforts to try to stop the central bankers from taking control of everything. No alternative media platforms waking people up, etc., etc. And now I'm going to go to my second clip. And it's on Goldex's YouTube channel titled Goldex IPPO Microchip Implant. And as you'll see, that places around the world are already implementing the microchip implant. Though it's not mandatory yet, it's going to get there eventually. I did a video last week on how people in Sweden are moving more and more towards using microchip implants. And then there's that company in Wisconsin that's allowing their employers to get microchip implants. And as we'll see, over in Japan, they're heavily pushing the microchip implant.
生まれた瞬間から人は手で伝えてきた。愛を語り、慈しみ、友情を示す。ものを作り、形も作り、技を生み出す。人々をつなぎ、感触を確かめる。自然を感じ、魔法を起こす。そして今、私たちは
That microchip implant.
その先へと進化する一歩。それはあなたの手を鍵にするテクノロジー。さまざまなものにつながり、アクセスを
Buying and selling with the mark.
可能にする。あなたの安心も自由もあなたの健康も便利もつながりも安全もあなたの管理も日常も
Look at how convenient the microchip implant is. You can buy and sell with it, travel, and do business.
これからはすべての鍵があなたの手の中に。一歩。
Again, though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come, and it will not tarry. Now I'm going to close it out with some precepts we should all be very familiar with by now. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, that he being the elite rulers of the planets right now, who are Edomites, or so-called white people, such as the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Merovingians, you name it, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, the microchip implant, and that no man might buy or sell, or travel abroad, or do anything save he that had the mark. When this mandatory implementation comes about, you won't be able to do anything in society without it. You'll be looked at as a social pariah. And it's going to get so bad out here to where you'll be faced with being put to death for not taking the mark of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So that's it with this video, and I hope you sincere Akim are edified. As you can clearly see, we're living in the last seconds of these last days, so you should be doing whatever you can to stay in the good graces of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, so you can hope to have that protective hedge over you and be saved from these terrible calamities of Jacob's trouble, which are coming quickly. Once more, though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come. It will not tarry. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.